day to be African. We're right here in Accra, Ghana as we celebrate 60 years of freedom and justice with our Ghanaian brothers. It's also a very, very exciting venue for Africa by Design, an exhibition of some of the best designers from sub-Saharan Africa, showing us the very best in metal, in wood, in textile, name it. We're going to be interviewing a lot of artists and collectors. Join us on another exciting episode of The Palette. We're talking to Krissa Amor, who's the curator of this wonderful project. Hello.
Hello, thank you REDTV.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us. So tell us about this journey and tell us about what inspired this.
Sure, so I was actually doing research for my own homeware and interiors brand, Anwa Designs, and I use traditional Adinkra symbols as the inspiration behind each of my design pieces, and I was looking at the possibility of producing here in Ghana to extend the narrative, and then I came across the challenges to do so, and I also came across the fact that there are all these other incredible African designers who weren't being given the platform to showcase their talent, their skills, and in turn create commercial opportunities for them. I have had the joy and benefit of exhibiting at Milan Design Week and so on, and that has been such a great opportunity for me. So I wanted in turn to create a similar platform for African designers also. Africa by Design, the intention is to create a platform, like I said, to celebrate African designers, but it's also for us to ignite a conversation that addresses the many challenges that they face in trying to commercialize their work. You know, the logistics of being able to, if I'm in Burkina Faso and I want to order the work of a designer in Mali or in, let's say Zimbabwe, it should be a very easy process. We're on the same continent, but as it stands, the infrastructure just doesn't support that. So if you're the small or medium sized design enterprise, the opportunity for you to grow your business is incredibly challenging, and we want Africa by Design to hopefully address those things.
Okay. So this is a very, very interesting exhibition. We're seeing really talented designers from Africa. So tell us about the quality of design we're going to be seeing here and the kind of artists or designers we're going to be seeing.
Yeah, you're seeing some incredible designers. We've got designers from Mali, from Senegal, and each of their pieces has been handmade. There's no sort of computer that's cheating the process. The skill that they use demonstrates extensive knowledge. The color palettes, if you look at the consideration of colors, how the colors have been combined, and there's also a lot of symbolism in African design. So if we get the opportunity to speak to some of the designers, they'll tell you stories that lie behind the designs in their work. I mentioned before that my own work, Anwa Designs, is inspired by the Adinkra symbols of Ghana. So looking at these suede pieces here, I've taken a traditional, there are hundreds of, I should perhaps say, there are hundreds of Adinkra symbols, and they've existed for hundreds of years, and they each have proverbial meanings that are intended to encourage personal well-being and social harmony. So I've taken this one symbol called Kitipa, which literally means good bed, and the proverb suggests that he or she that has a good bed also has a good marriage. So hey, but that's just one idea that these designs demonstrate.
Yeah, that's quite rich, quite rich. So what is next for Africa by Design? We're here in Accra, Ghana.
Yeah.
So are there plans to take this, overseas or something?
Of course. I mean, this is our inaugural exhibition, so even to just have the turnout that we've got this evening is so exciting, and it's very encouraging. There's an appetite for African design at the moment, and there's been talks of bringing the exhibition to London and maybe then Dubai afterwards. So who knows? We're just getting started, and we're really excited by the opportunities and potential to come.
Okay, so I'm originally a fashion design student, so I do like clothing design. But as of last year, I started to like develop new ideas on textiles. So I started doing textile design as well. So I saw an artist's work from Isaac Opoku. He did an art on indigenous African symbols, and I loved it. So I decided to make textile designs out of it. So this was what I got out of it, like amazing prints.
Quite inspirational, I must tell you. So tell us about your style and how you go about creating your designs.
Yeah. So with everything that I do, I always put behind my head that you should have like a street style aesthetic, because I love street style. I love like urban culture. I love youth culture. So it is always a base for all my works, no matter what it is. It has to have like a street practicality to it.
So I am a furniture and product designer. My background is in architecture, and I am Ghanaian. I am part of this exhibition because it's like we don't have a lot of exhibitions focused on design, as product design, textiles and such things like that in Ghana or in Africa. A lot of the times the focus is either on fine arts, paintings, sculpture, or on fashion design. So it's nice that they're putting a spotlight on products, design of more functional objects, you know, and I definitely wanted to be a part of it.
So we're still at the Africa by Design exhibition, and we're talking to a very, very innovative designer who works with glass. Hello, Michael Tete.
Hello.
Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Michael Tete. I'm from Krabodmase, and my work is glass bead making and glass blowing. So the glass blowing, and I learned that one in Holland. That's the Dutch government. So I'm blowing glass now.
Okay, can you show us your work? Let's take a look at your work. Tell us.
Yeah. These are some of my pieces, some of my glass vases, tall vases, and then furniture designs, beautiful glass blowing from louver blade, from television screens and those kind of bottles. I met them, and I really give them a new shape for uses in the hotels, for home decoration, and etc.
So how long does it take you to finish one of these pieces? How long does it take you?
Actually, it depends on the size of the vases. That gives me a time. Some are 10 minutes, some are 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. It depends on how wide, how shape, how the thing is, how the vase is. So like this vase, one vase, it takes me 15 minutes to complete it.
Wow, that's really, really interesting. So, is this your first exhibition, or have you had other exhibitions like this?
I'm having some small exhibition in Ghana, but this is the greatest exhibition that I have so far.
Now, tell us. So, you said it's the digital process that it goes through. So, is this Photoshop, Illustrator? How are you producing? Probably, I guess there are vectors you're using to create your design. So, tell us a little bit about that.
Right. Yeah. So, as I said, the process starts with a pen and a paper. So I do my drawings. Once I get satisfied with how the motifs are all lined up and placed, I then scan it. So I have the format on my computer, and then you're right. It's like I get into Illustrator, play with the vectors, add some color, and it doesn't end there. There are other processes that I run the Illustrator work through. So one of them is getting the motifs into Pixelmator, which is another program. Once I have them all set up how I want, I have the size of the print I want to make ready, I then play with the repeats. So maybe I cut up a little bit of a particular pattern and combine it with another one. I wish I had something to show it, but yeah, I kind of play with the repeats till I end up with a couple that I'm really drawn to for whatever reason. So it's like an iterative process, goes through a lot of chops and changes until it ends up as something I like. Because I don't usually start with a final goal in mind. I experiment till I end up with something I want. So I guess that's a little bit more about the actual digital process it goes through, yeah.
We're are places where, you know, we can actually see your work, or where it is best appreciated?
Right. Well, I strive to create stuff that could be used in almost any area. These ones specifically, they're very thematic, so they'll probably have to go in somewhere like maybe a club, or, you know, even a hotel. I could see them in there, you know, depending on the kind of space it is. And stuff like this, they're more modular, and with color and material, you know, like covering, you can fit into any space, you know. It sets a different tone with any color you use, you know. So if you have a very brown interior, all you have to do is just paint the exterior a little bit that shade of brown, and then it matches with what's around it. So that's kind of how I tend to approach things. I like to do one-off stuff that's a little more specific to something, and then make modular things that have potential for mass production, and, you know, that anybody can go into a store and get.
Africa definitely has its place on the world design stage. This has been the very best of Africa by Design, a cutting-edge exhibition featuring the very best of African designers. Until next time, where we bring the very best of art and entertainment, keep watching The Palette.